It's important that we listen to people's stories and we can then move on and ignite change.
So I think we can ignite change by working in our communities and what we have in front of us.
The only way I can do it personally is taking advantage of my gifts and using them appropriately.
We can ignite change by trying to make it better in whatever way, whatever field we're in.
I'm not a great speaker, as you can tell, but one thing I can do is write music that I think has a message.
I like the music that has a meaning, and not only meaning, that has motivation that keeps you, it keeps you going.
Myself as a curator and as an artist, one of those things I can do is I can be showing diversity and I can be elevating voices other than my own voice, but voices that maybe traditionally aren't heard, maybe voices that aren't traditionally celebrated. We can bring them to the forefront and we can listen to them and we can learn from them and we can feel empathy in that, and we can also just receive the beauty of their voice.
The song, The Bridge, that's a song that I wrote.
After I received all that message from different people, I felt like, man, I'm not stopping. I'm gonna keep it going, because I felt people supporting. I felt that I'm doing the right thing.
9/11 was a very impactful event, and we've seen very powerful stories come from that. And I remember watching stories of other deaf individuals and their experience being right there by the World Trade Center and by the Pentagon when 9/11 happened. It really isn't until we share those that people can't feel empathy.
And to really get to that place of compassion, you have to feel empathy for others.
I've noticed that within the deaf community, when we're struggling with something, we often share our experience with our close group of people, but that story typically doesn't get out further than that because there is that language barrier. And it isn't until we have interpreters and we have a way to express that other individuals who can hear can understand those stories, and we can share that with society, with the community in general.
And it's recognizing that we are all part of one being, that these ideas of separation are an illusion.
I would say not only 9/11, but many political issues that we have experienced since then. It's important that we not only express those concerns with each other, but that we reach out to people and share those stories, that we reach out to people who can make change, to congressmen and representatives, and we can encourage them to create that change that we need. When I express that to our patrons here in Idaho, they often feel scared and they don't know how to reach out to those senators and congressmen. And I would say that, change is slow, and those stories, if they reach out, eventually will get there.
I'm that person that I want to step up. I want to be that person that can help other people.
In my own story, change was ignited when I failed multiple times. I failed at school. I failed at 3 jobs, which were not good fits for me. I failed in relationship, thankfully. And all of those failures brought me to a point of realizing that I had made a decision at a very young age at what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be as an adult. And I allowed myself to be derailed. And it was that realization that it was okay to fail. It didn't define me. It didn't defeat me. I knew what I didn't want to do anymore, and it reignited the desire to go ahead and go back to school, to become a teacher. It also gave me courage to exit the bad relationship that I was in and to enter the relationship that I've been in for the last 44 years with my husband. So those were the things that really did ignite the change in me.